Hi, in this video I thought I would show off my models. I use these to paint. So a lot of times when I'm doing a painting, what I'll do is I'll look at an animal, one of these toys, and I'll look at them however I want my painting. Rather than pulling up a picture on the internet, you pose the animal. Imagine him standing stately on a rock overlooking a savanna. So I'll just pose the animal rather than looking up an image. Although I do a lot of looking up images as well. The contrast isn't perfect on this. Hope you can see that. This one here, yeah, I'm afraid it's a little windy, as you can see. Anyway, this guy here is a Mustang, polar bear, a cat. I've got a gorilla, a hippo, and a cow. These were expensive toys. We're talking about $5 each for these guys. This one here is Breyer, not really sold as a toy so much as a model horse. But the rest of these were sold as toys. This horse is very delicate. Anyway, they make very good models. If you don't want to look up an image, a very high quality toy. These are, let me see if you can see this here. Where's the camera? Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I'll just read it for you. It says Schleich, SCHLEICH. That's the toy brand for these guys, which I consider a very high quality. They're heavy duty plastic. They seem to not wear out real quick. I got them at Cal's Ranch. All these guys, this guy here comes from Breyer, which you'd have to order them online for the most part or find them on eBay. There's a lot of older ones on eBay. Anyway, a neighbor of mine has an account with the Breyer company online, so I bought these off of her. Well, this horse. And I have a number of other horses. That's why I said these guys. I have some full models that are off the table, maybe about that high. Those are the full-size models that you can get it from of horses. Ryder only says horses, but if you look at him, you can see the muscles on him. Very nice model. Nicer than these other toys, but they only do horses. Anyway, I'll show you a lion. That was done with a different horse model. This I did today. See, he's standing on a rock there with a mountain behind him. See if I can get better contrast here. There's a shadow. Just a moment. Let me flip the page here. Both these horses were done with models. That was a model. That was an image. That one was also modeled. Didn't turn out as nice, but that was my fault not being a model. I didn't put as much work into the background as the deal with this guy. That's why he doesn't look as nice as this one over here. Anyway, I thought I'd show off my toys here. And I have a few others aside from these guys, but they're not with me right now. They're not real. They're kind of packed away. They're packed in storage. This guy here, I'm looking forward to using him He's about as old as the others, but most of these are actually pretty new. I haven't actually used him as a model, but I'm looking forward to using him as a model. I've just kind of been focusing on the others. Lion's always been one of my favorite animals to do. Oh, I will show off a picture of the gorilla that I did. I was very happy with how the background turned out. The gorilla could use a little more effort, particularly under his chin, I think. And something to note about using a model, it can kind of encourage you to think up creative poses and change the joints, maybe tilt the head. With the lion image I showed you, the nice one, I made his hair kind of blow in the wind. I'll show you that again so you can see what I mean. Let me turn the page here. Okay, so here's the lion. Here you see how it's blowing in the wind, even though his posture is otherwise the same. Oh, except for his tail. It encourages you to do things like that. I moved his tail into view, even though his tail wouldn't be in view in that perspective. But yeah, it encourages you to kind of think creatively about how to use and pose the model, because it shows you what the animal looks like, but it only gives you one pose to work with. And you can certainly do the same pose from different angles, but it does help you think about how you pose your animal rather than just copying something. So anyway, there you have it. And thanks for watching.